Welcome back 3D farmers. In our previous video we launched a brand new Etsy store with 2 products. We have sold over 100 parts in the first month, and one of the main contributors to our success were our product pictures. And today we're going to take you behind the scenes and dive deep into the art of capturing these kind of product pictures. To spice it up, we will compare 3 different budgets: the no budget, the low budget and the high budget version. In this era of rapid technological advancement, particularly with AI, we pose an interesting question. Can a budget-friendly AI app replace expensive equipment and enable high-quality product pictures for everybody? Join us as we explore this fascinating topic. The results have definitely stunned me, and I'm sure will surprise you as well. Before we go into the various budgets and equipment, let's take a moment to look at the products we will be capturing. To our dedicated viewers, it will come as no surprise that we are bringing back our avocado boat, a part we designed and printed during our 24-hour challenge. But since this vibrant and colorful piece does not really represent the majority of functional parts, we will be using a black tilted stand from one of our Etsy stores. The dark part presents a different set of challenges and may reveal how different budget settings can impact the final result. Now, without further ado, let's meet our contenders. In the zero budget category, we'll be using my phone, the Google Pixel 7a. Our lighting source will be good old sunshine coming from a 45-degree angle, and our backdrop is a roll of baking paper. For post-processing, we'll be using the open source software GIMP. Total costs? Nothing. Moving to the low budget category, we'll continue with the same phone. As photography is essentially about lighting, we'll take a bit of money, $25, to get us an affordable LED light. For a homogeneous backdrop, we'll get a compact Photobox from Pulus. The integrated light will further improve the picture quality. As for post-processing, we'll be leveraging the power of AI with the app Photobox AI. I'm particularly excited about this one. With all these equipment, we land at $80. Finally, in the high budget category, we'll be showcasing our usual method of generating product pictures. We'll be using a system camera from Sony, the ZV-E10 with a 50mm portrait lens. For lighting, we have a studio light, the Godox SL-60W with a softbox, and the NEEWER 660 PRO II to eliminate the shadows. To achieve a uniform background, we'll be using our large Photobox from Pulus, and post-processing will once again be handled by Photobox AI. Here we're talking about $1,560. Let's set it up and start shooting. We start with the no budget configuration. Here we take our baking paper and a piece of tape and we'll create a homogeneous background for the pictures. Then we are gonna place the avocado boat in an attractive 45-degree angle and take some pictures with our phone. We repeat the same procedure with the tilted base while trying to cover as less sunshine as possible, which is a bit difficult with the camera in the way. But this looks good. For our low budget configuration, there's more setup to be done. Here we assemble our small Photobox from Pulus and connect it to the power outlet. Then we're gonna close the shades to reduce the influence of any other light source like the sun. This way we have full control over the lighting and the pictures are more repeatable. Again, we're gonna place our avocado boat in a 45-degree angle, turn on the integrated light and take some pictures with our phone. We repeat the process with the black tilted base. However, due to its dark color, it absorbs a lot of the integrated light from above, resulting in a flat picture without any textures. That's where we're gonna use our LED light. We reduce the brightness of the integrated light, and by holding the LED light at a slight angle, we create some reflections and therefore more depth in the picture. Finally, we move on to the high budget setup. The big brother of our small Photobox will serve as our backdrop. Instead of the small LED light, we'll use the studio light with softbox. Additionally, we'll have another studio light with the goal to reduce shadows caused by our main light. We place our seemingly tiny avocado boat into the box and use our Sony system camera to take some shots. Looking good! Same procedures every year with the tilted base. With all the pictures taken, we will move to post-processing. In the zero budget category, we'll be using the open source software GIMP. In the first step, we want to remove the background. There are various ways to do this, but we will keep it simple. With the free select tool, we can cut out the background and isolate our avocado boat. It's tedious, but it works. If we would upload this picture to Etsy, a ratio of 4:3 is ideal. We can adjust the canvas size, center the boat, and in the last step increase the brightness and saturation to make it more appealing. We will do exactly the same for the tilted base. With its straight edges, it's a lot easier and we are done in no time. Now let's have a look at the process if we use the power of AI. We will be using PhotoRoom AI, which will cost us $6 for a week. We simply upload our picture from our low budget setup. The algorithm will automatically detect the object and split it from the background. In order to adjust the aspect ratio, we can simply choose the Etsy template. I will center the boat and resize it so it will be comparable to the other pictures. Similar to GIMP, we can adjust the brightness and increase the saturation slightly. Now the real magic. In PhotoRoom, we can add a realistic shadow. Personally, I prefer the soft shadow, which lifts the appearance of the product and creates depth in the picture. We're gonna fast forward through the same process with our black part. Removing the background, adjusting location and zoom, play with the brightness and lighting, and boom, add some shadows to make the picture pop. Literally in less than a minute, you're done with the post-processing. Saves time and does the job perfectly. What happens if we use this powerful tool with the picture from our system camera instead of our phone? Let's find out. Oh, it didn't detect the background in the inner part of the avocado correctly. We can fix that by telling the algorithm to include that region. I will tilt the boat slightly to make it more comparable. The initial coloring is better in my opinion, but we can still elevate the general appeal slightly. With the shadow added, it looks great. Can't wait for the side-by-side comparison. We're gonna speed run through the black part since I know you want to see the end results now. Time for the ultimate comparison everybody was waiting for. Here we can see the pictures of the 3 different budgets side by side. They all came out quite good, I would say. A big difference is the shadow in the low and high budget category. It just adds depth to it and improves the overall look compared to the zero budget version. If we compare the low budget and the high budget, we are in the regime of diminishing returns. Meaning that a big difference in money spent does not lead to the same amount of improvement as compared to the zero budget version. However, the lighting and colors of the high budget version is just better. The focal length of the system camera lens is also distorting the avocado boat less. All in all, I would say the high budget version is looking the best. But is it really worth the price difference? Let me know in the comments what you think. How about the black tilted base? Let's see how the different budgets perform there. To be honest, I'm very surprised how these pictures came out. I was expecting a bigger difference due to the light absorbing nature of the part itself. My phone performs extremely well, and if I'm honest, I like the middle picture the most. It has more depth than the high budget version and the shadow is on point. The dimensional accuracy of the high budget version is definitely better, but I might need to improve the lighting direction next time to get more depth. As a disclaimer, I'm not a photographer and I have still a lot to learn, but I think we can recognize the impact AI can have on the budget needed for good looking product pictures. But a new question emerges. What would happen if we use the zero budget pictures and let AI do its thing? This is what we get. With post-processing and the AI shadow, it easily competes for the best picture. This is crazy. If I wouldn't know, I would have a bad time telling the budgets apart. The same with the black part. However, I still prefer the low budget one since the LED lighting adds some textures to the surfaces. Okay, let me summarize the findings for you. By using AI, we narrow the quality gap between low and high budget photos significantly. If you are just starting out, the best strategy is to use your phone, get a small photo box and use an AI tool to post-process your pictures. If you have the budget, then it's still worth it to invest in good gear, even with diminishing returns. There's more potential for further improvement if we enter the regime of mood pictures or if you want to play with shadows. I hope I was able to give you some insight into how to do product photography and how to get the most value out of your budget. If you want to see more videos like this, consider subscribing to our channel. Until next time, happy printing 3D farmers!